What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris going to be casting the second game from the Nexon Invitational Super Match. I still can't get over how weird of a name that is, but yeah, this is going to happen. Underrated versus Team Liquid. Haven't heard of Underrated? Well, you're not alone, because it is a Korean team, and Korea, not necessarily known for their Dota. They're pretty damn good at StarCraft. They're pretty damn good at League of Legends. I think SKT, a Korean team, won the whatever big, what was it called, the League of Legends Worlds or something like that. So really good at those. Not so much in Dota. Dota have never really had that much traction in Korea, so I'm just going to let you guys all know that the Korean teams, the way they play is definitely not as, I would say, clean, not as precise, not as, it's not as, for lack of better way to put it, it's not as good as the European teams, as the American teams that have been playing Dota, that have tournaments all the time, that have tons and tons of practice. Whereas these Korean teams, I mean, I expect them to get good very quickly. But as of right now, they are definitely not as good teams. Yeah, that was a grammatical nightmare, but you understand what I'm trying to say. But regardless, we'll see what Underrated have to show in this particular game. They're going to be going up against Team Liquid, who, spoiler alert, just lost to Fnatic. So hopefully Liquid aren't too on tilt from that. I don't expect that they would be. These guys are seasoned professionals, so yeah, we'll see. Team Liquid going to open up this draft with their Visage as well as a Doom pick, so very interested to see how this Doom is going to be played. Most likely, I want to say in the jungle by Fluff. I'm not sure. Doom as such an early pick is certainly peculiar. Usually you do have a lot more time to pick a Doom if you do want one. And he's really rarely going to get hit with that band stick. Underrated, on the other hand, they're going to go for an Abaddon-Weaver combination, a solid two-hero combination that will ensure the enemy team is very upset. I mean, killing a Weaver is painful enough, but killing a Weaver with an Aphotic Shield with Mist Coil, yeah, that's annoying. That's really annoying. So they're going to go for that. Of course, both teams have their options wide open, though the bans are coming out. Interestingly enough, Underrated choosing to ban out Viper as their first pickup, as their first ban. Not too sure if Team Liquid were very intent on picking that up, but regardless, Underrated seemingly do not like the Viper very much, and it's a very annoying hero to play against, certainly, and it's a hero that requires a playstyle change rather than a hero counter. Like, there's no hero that I would say crushes Viper except for maybe a Razor. Probably a Razor. And that's a hassle and a half to deal with, so why not just ban him out? Other bans looking pretty normal. Lich, I went over the Lich ban in game number 1, so if you are curious about that, then I encourage you to check out game number 1. Or I guess the first game. It's not technically a best of 3 or anything. So check out that. Elder Titan, still a very strong hero. Bounty Hunter, Lifestealer, all these very annoying heroes to deal with, really. You need to change your play quite a bit when dealing with these heroes, especially that Lifestealer, which Team Liquid will, well, with that Luna pick, they're certainly not looking to outduel Lifestealer. Luna versus Lifestealer. It's not a man fight that Luna is quite expected to win. Underrated, on the other hand, they're going to be picking up as Crystal Maiden as well as the banning out, rather, the Crystal Maiden as well as the Clockwork, and in response to the, wow, yes, in response to the Luna, they're going to pick up an agility carry of their own, I guess a secondary agility carry of their own in the Phantom Assassin. Phantom Assassin, this is the .79 Phantom Assassin, so you know what? The Stifling Dagger, that doesn't say there, does it say here? Yeah, Stifling Dagger shares the same critical strike chance, and I said that would be pretty big. I mean, Phantom Assassin was seen occasionally. I know Alliance liked to run her in the .78 patch, and that's a pretty sizable buff. Like, being able to take half of someone's life with a dagger randomly, that's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet, and it looks like Underrated are going to give it a shot. They are picking up a rather greedy lineup, however. Phantom Assassin does need a lot of gold to... No, she doesn't need that much gold. She needs a lot of space to get moving. And if not that, she needs really good support cast to enable her to get those early game kills and actually snowball from there. Abaddon is purely a defensive support. He, I guess, lets Phantom Assassin dive towers if it does come to that, but it's mostly about keeping your carry alive is what the Abaddon pickup is all about. So Underrated with the Weaver pickup as well as the PA, they're looking to take this one to a super late game. Once the late game happens, I mean, Luna, Doom, they're scary. Windrunner can semi-carry as well, but you're probably not going to out-carry a Phantom Assassin Weaver combination. Liquid, though, do have the right tools to do so, and the right tools to shut them down early. Because though their carry is still on the field, it is still going to be that Luna. Luna, I feel, could probably offer a lot more than PA, just having that Eclipse, having that Lucent Beam, whereas PA, I mean, she has a little bit of mobility. She could hit hard sometimes, but not Eclipse hard. So, yeah, Team Liquid are definitely going to have a more powerful early mid-game, especially with that Doom pickup. That Doom is going to absolutely crush the Weaver and make things absolutely hellish for him. So Liquid do have all the right tools against Underrated. Underrated mostly going to look towards getting this game into the long game. And if that happens, then, well, I think they should be able to take this one from Liquid. But it's just a matter of, can Liquid prevent Underrated from turtling and stalling out? And with the lineup they have right now, I would say yes, they can. If Windrunners play it as the offlane, if Windrunners play it as support, which is, hell, either way they play the Windrunner, then she's a very devastating hero to go up against if you're Underrated. Visage as well, the nuking power from Team Liquid is intense. And Underrated, with the exception of Abaddon, are all fairly soft. So Abaddon is going to have to be on point, or Underrated are just going to have to be very, very careful about the nukes that are going to be flying their way. Both teams, I believe, yes, both teams looking for a mid lane hero, unless Team Liquid want to do something weird with Windrunner. Wouldn't be the first time. But they're looking for a mid lane hero, probably a very aggressive tempo mid laner. Puck banned out, OD banned out, Queen of Pain still in the pool. And Queen of Pain doesn't lose too many heroes, although I think probably the best one to go for would be a TA. I feel like the early mid-game power of a TA would be a little bit more desirable. Also would give them a little more scaling into the late game. Underrated don't really have any good tools against TA either, though. I mean, the options are wide open from Liquid. But yeah, I'm feeling a TA. This is a replay. So I guess the possibility is there that I looked at the heroes and, well, I'm wrong. So the possibility is no longer there. They're going to go for a Rubik, which either means a mid lane Rubik. I hope so. Probably not, though, because there's not really that many great spells steal from Underrated. So I'm feeling a support Rubik and a mid lane Windrunner. That's what I'm feeling. Either that or dual lanes. It's still 0.79. You never know. The lanes are in quite a state of disarray after that last patch, but the Rubik will give Liquid a little bit more disable. Not that much else. Not a huge amount of spell steal, as I said before. Static Storm is fantastic to steal if you manage to do so, though. Usually, well, I mean, it's definitely possible. It's not a very difficult spell to steal. Usually, it's Kinetic Field, Static Storm, and then you know, a couple of right clicks, because usually Lightning has already been casted by then. But if he steals that, that'll be huge. Nothing that PA has is really great. Weaver Shikuchi is annoying to steal, but it's not exactly game-breaking. Abaddon as well with that Aphotic Shield. It's annoying to have stolen, but if it is stolen, it's not a huge deal. So we'll see what Liquid want to do with this Rubik. I think him and Windrunner are really kind of X factors in this game thus far, and Underrated. They have one more hero to kind of shore up their picks. They want to have kind of aggressive ganking hero in their mid lane. Try to buy enough space for the Phantom Assassin, not through sheer turtling, but through constant ganks of the other lane, with a little bit of help thrown in with Stifling Dagger, Glimpse, and well, there you go. Shadow Fiend will assure Underrated's Underrated their late game dominance. Shadow Fiend, PA Weaver. That's a lot of damage, a lot of minus armor as well. The bugs from the Weaver, the aura from the Shadow Fiend, combined with the crits of the PA. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see if this game lasts for like 45 minutes, upwards of like 1,000 criticals in the PA. May even hit a little bit more than that. But the mid lane is going to be that Shadow Fiend, and well, he's gonna have to really put some work in, because Underrated, they're heavily reliant on their right click damage. Their spell damage is extremely light. I mean, Shadow Fiend has decent spell damage. Disruptor really doesn't have any to speak of. Neither does Abaddon. Whereas Liquid, they are stacked with that magic damage. I mean, even their hard carry in the Luna is pretty much as nuky as you could possibly want out of hard carries. So, yeah, it's going to be difficult for Underrated to actually bear the brunt of this early mid game from Liquid. But if they can, then they are definitely going to take this in the long run. So let's go over who is playing. What we have on the Liquid side: TC on the hard carry Luna. Way 2 is going to be on the Visage. Fluff and Stuff moving away from that from the last game in order to play the Rubik. Quekva is going to be on the Windrunner, probably heading towards the bot lane. It's going to be a solo mid lane Doom. Not really fearful of the Shadow Fiend, although he probably should be. On the underrated side, we have Sunbi on that support Abaddon. Suni is going to be on the PA. Chwaya is on the Disruptor. Migun is on the Weaver. And S4L is on the Shadow Fiend. If anyone knows if I'm supposed to be pronouncing these in any particular way, then please do let me know, because I don't speak Korean. Would be very nice if I did, but I don't, unfortunately. So yeah, we actually don't know about that. And because this is a replay, we get to do this. We get to skip pauses that we don't want to sit through. It's a beautiful thing. Alright, so I'm looking through each team's lineup, trying to think of any synergy thing that I sort of missed. Not really that much. Shadow Fiend as the last pick. I'm not sure how much I agree with that, because Shadow Fiend, along with the Phantom Assassin, along with the Weaver, are all incredibly soft heroes. You see Shadow Fiend, Weaver starting off at the same amount of HP. So they're very, very weak, and Liquid have very, very potent nukes. This is a risky game that Underrated are running. If their early game doesn't go well, even if they stay even, I'd say, they are probably not going to do very well. They have to have like 0 deaths, and that's pretty much impossible against the Liquid side. They're going to be casualties on the Underrated side, and that's going to set them very far back, so they really just have to weather the storm, as I said before. And I don't really think they have the correct heroes to weather the storm. Abaddon's a good one. I would give them that. Abaddon's definitely a hero that they want if they want to be doing this kind of turtley, wait till late game strategy. But something like a Treant would be amazing. Something with a little bit more AoE. Hell, even an Omni Knight would be a little bit better, possibly, although that would kind of pressure their lanes a little bit. They don't really want to put another melee support in. Yeah, I mean, Abaddon, Omni Knight is fantastic and everything, but that's a little bit too much melee in my opinion. So here we go. We'll see how these lanes shape up, and it looks like it is going to be more or less. No, it's not going to be anything of what I thought it was, because we have TC in the middle lane instead of the Doombringer. So TC going to be moving around just a little bit. It's going to be Bulba up on this top lane. Looks like it's going to be a farming position 1 Doom. With that Devourer, he can get really big really quickly. Though he will have to worry about Migun as well as Sunbi, just kind of messing around with him. He will have Fluff and stuff to help him out a little bit. But still, there's not really that much that Rubik can do aside from keep Bulba alive, and even then, telekinesis can be instantly dispelled with that Aphotic Shield. So, Doom probably not going to have the best time in this game. But I guess to counter out that, Suni won't have a good time in this game either. Way2 as well as Koikva both have a huge amount of poking potential, and well, PA, although she does have Stifling Dagger, is not really going to have a great time, especially with a Ring of Protection over a Stout Shield. And we can see the harassment, it starts soon, and it's probably not going to let up for quite a while. Choya is here in order to help out just a little bit, but I expect pretty much a bloodbath on this bottom lane, or at least a huge poking war. Fluff and Stuff going to start off his game with just a little bit of roaming, and yeah, so I think bottom lane probably going to be the most aggressive. We see Bulba seeing the lane that he's up against, and he's saying, well, I'm Doombringer, I don't have to put up with this, I'm going to go jungle. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Dip between the jungle, dip between the lanes. So we're going to keep most of the camera focus on this bottom lane where Koikva, once he hits the level 2 mark, things get really dangerous. Hell, I lied. Once they hit the level 1 mark, things get dangerous. Way2 can open up with a Grave Chill, bring Phantom Assassin down very, very low. But yeah, level 2 is when this Liquid lane is going to get incredibly dangerous, because now Soul Assumption is up, actually opting for Windrun instead. So Koikva going to play it safe. Possibly level 3 is going to be the danger level for Liquid. Or maybe not. Suni still taking more right-click harassment. That Ring of Protection is helping, but I feel like a Stout Shield is really just super necessary at this point, because there's going to be so much right-click damage coming in, and once Soul Assumptions start to fly, Suni's HP is going to just evaporate. Mid lane Luna, 9 for 9 versus the WoW, 1 for 1 on the Shadow Fiend. TC is absolutely dominating this mid lane, and well, yeah, he's certainly putting the screws to that Shadow Fiend, and if Shadow Fiend can't get the early game under his belt, then he really struggles. He does flash farm pretty well, but really, it's all about that Necromastery. And if you don't get that, if you lose the first couple of waves, if you lose the first couple of creeps even, the enemy who's going to get even more damage with that Lunar Blessing is going to inevitably take over and just completely dominate that lane. TC, though, take a good amount of damage. He does now have his bottle coming out to him. He also does have an invisible Rubik. This could be very dangerous for S4L. Is there an Elusive Beam? There is not. Fluff and Stuff is looking to walk straight through and not do anything. TC is dominating and creep and lasting like an absolute champ. Now he does have his bottle, so that is going to be enough for a Elusive Beam. And S4L going to get initiated upon. There's a telekinesis back. TC is going to get in front. Does have a Elusive Beam as well. The right click should be enough, and S4L, kaboom, goes to Shadow Fiend, and Luna is going to find first blood in the mid lane. 11 for 12, 1-0-0 on TC. This Luna is going to get absolutely terrifying very, very quickly. Take a look at this top lane real fast. We have Megun sitting at 11 to 4. Sunbi keeping him alive with the Mistcoil with the Aphotic Shield. Doombringer, though, 10 for 1. So Doombringer's farm isn't really being hampered that much either. And even if it was, it would still be mitigated by Devour. Choya in a huge amount of trouble. He can take a power shot as well as Soul Shumpson straight to the face. There we go, level 3. Level 3 was the magic number. Koikfa going straight for the burst. Power shot, right clicks into Soul Shumption. That's all it takes. That is all it takes. And Disruptor doesn't really have any good tools against that. Sunni definitely can't help. He could try to Phantom Strike in, but that's only if he wants to die as well. So Liquid running dual lanes, but hell, it's working for them. It's working for them in a big way. Bulb is getting a lot of farm. They're not really stopping Megun that much, but hell, they're shutting down S4L in a huge way. No bottle up on Luna, but she's relying on the Bottle Crow, and that will keep her afloat in this lane to at least trade hits with the Shadow Fiend, who only has additional 16 damage. That's definitely not enough to combat the plus 25 up from Luna, combined with the fact that she just has more base damage overall. Quickly, you can see even going for the phase boots. This is as aggressive of a Windrunner build as you can get, forcing Sunni out of the lane, and really there's nothing that Choya could do. In the meantime, middle lane, while S4L is getting demolished. Sunbi is going to come in with the Aphotic Shield, but it's not enough. The damage is simply way too high. Dive successful on the Shadow Fiend, and they're not done yet. Here comes Sluffins up. They want this Abaddon. They're probably going to get him as well. Going to drop right in behind the creep wave. Courier flying overhead just to see what's going on, and it's TC with a double kill. Liquid taking an early 4-0 advantage. And the Shadow Fiend just getting absolutely thrashed by TC. This is probably not what you want to do. Oh, God, it's painful to watch. It's not painful. Okay, it is painful. S4L trying for the jukes, but he is no juke master. At least not enough for TC. Teleporting alone with no creep support into Eclipse. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend. Probably shouldn't be doing that, guys. But 5 minutes in, and Liquid with a very, very even 1 kill per minute. Unfortunately for them, no kills in the top lane, so the symmetry is kind of lost, although Choya is in a huge amount of trouble. No, Koikva's just chilling. They want to get Sunni instead. There is a Phantom Strike target, although there is no mana for it. Sunni's going to take a huge Soul Assumption, Shackle Shot, just to latch the corpse of the tree, because why not? Visage is going to pick up that kill. Liquid getting another kill. This is an absolute brutal game. I didn't lie when I said the Korean teams are going to struggle against the Western teams. I did not lie at all. We kind of see it happening right here, because Liquid are putting up an absolute clinic. They are not really losing any game. Any lane, rather. They're probably going to lose a game. They already lost the game. That was just a slip of the tongue. But top lane is breaking even, which against a Weaver Doom, Weaver Abaddon, it's pretty good. Mid lane is just, Liquid are just, yeah, they're crushing this lane. Bottom lane, they're crushing it. And underrated, they're already on the ropes. It's very early to be on the ropes, but it's certainly happening. Because this tells the entire story. Top lane, Megun gonna get doomed. There is no way out for him, although possibly with Abaddon teleportation, it's not gonna come in time. The big right clicks from Doom, sealing the deal on the Weaver. Fluff and Stuff with super effective roaming, and even Phantom Assassin in the bottom lane getting sniped by way too. Probably was just right clicks at that point after a Soul Assumption, but yeah, it's not looking that great. And now TC wants blood on S4L, but luckily for S4L, TC is a merciful player, and he's gonna let him escape for now. So yeah, what can Underrated do to get out from this? Right now, pretty much what they have to do is just not die. But even if they don't die, Liquid are just gonna get that much more farm. This is, I would say, a serious case of. I mean, it's not totally being outdrafted, because Luna against Shadow Fiend isn't necessarily a lane that you would expect Luna to win, but she's winning it anyway. And now they're gonna get yet another kill. This Shadow Fiend is so very dead, and misses the first raise. Well, it doesn't matter, but yeah. Way 2 coming in for that kill. In the meantime, top lane, there is a kill on the Rubik. Underrated. Finding some blood, finally on the board, but is it a little bit too late? Because now there's a level 6 Way 2. Doesn't have any mana. He has 1 soul assumption by the time he gets here, and he's going to go straight for the Abaddon, who's also conveniently out of mana. Look at that, Way 2, going to find a kill. Grave Chill, oh wait, no, Abaddon popping off some start charges, not going to be enough though. Migun looking to get a little bit of revenge. He's going to get a little bit of damage on the Familiars, but the Familiars can instantly stun and cancel all of that damage. Looks like Choya is up in this top lane as well. Way 2 still without any mana. Very low on health too, but he's playing like a baller because he wants Migun. There's the Doom, and the Familiars going to work. Sunni in the bottom lane also dying. Kill after kill after kill. That was a solo kill by Koikva. Did he even use Shackle Shot? I don't know. But he's almost out of Force Staff. 9 minutes in. It's 9 minutes in, and he almost has a Force Staff. Yeah. This game is one-sided, to say the least, I guess. Now that the tower is starting to take a little bit of pressure, Koikva with the phase boots really putting the work on that tower. Doombringer going for greed because greed is good. Hand of Midas combined with Devour is so much gold for this Doombringer, and you can really go for anything at this point. Anything that's aggressive, I'd say. You can go for an Necro Book, because why not? Why not get the book, push early, take a tower advantage in combination with an 11 kill advantage. That is a good way of ending a game. You can see Luna even prepping up for a little bit of pushing with that Moonglaves. Looking to grind down the creep wave a little bit more. Midas gaming. Is this happening? Is this happening, guys? Fluff and Stuff, where's your Midas? Way 2. Oh, he's going for a mech. Boring, Way 2. Come on. Come on, man. Get the Midas. But it's going to be a tower going down on this bottom lane. Looks like the Familiars messing with the Radiant team just a little bit. They're all grouped up now, but with these heroes, they really can't do much of anything. Shadow Fiend doesn't really have any souls, so you expect him to be hitting hard and being a glass cannon, but right now he's just glass. He's not much of a cannon at all. Although the raises do still hurt. It's going to be... oh no, not again. Weaver. 2-1. Doom is up, and now Weaver, if he gets doomed, he's dead. There's the Doom. Migun, you better run, but I think it's a little bit too late, because Doombringer is pissed. Although, here comes the Mistcoil as well as the Aphotic Shield. One stun's going to land onto Sunbi. Fluff and Stuff has stolen Shikuchi, going to lift up Migun as well as drop a Fade Bolt on him. They can even go for this. Abaddon does have a Aphotic Shield in just 1 second. He will suicide. I guess that's the best he could hope for. In the meantime, the mid lane TC can get engaged upon, but he turn around with an Eclipse, pick up the Phantom Assassin, and walk out of there to tell the tale. No, he wants more. He wants more. He has a Lucent Beam. He's going to get one on Choya. One more right click to seal the deal there. He sees S4L. You cannot stop this man. 1 raise, 2 raise. Almost enough. Is it enough? It will be enough. S4L finally killing his nemesis in the mid lane. But all for naught, because Koikva was there to clean up. I don't even know if that power shot was necessary. But Liquid gonna take a very early 15 kill lead. You know, it's not that much. It's not insurmountable. If this game lasts for another 30 minutes, then Underrated can definitely come back. But maybe this is what why they're named Underrated, because I'm selling them short. Maybe it's just that meta. They knew that this would happen, and they planned accordingly. Or maybe not, because Sunni is gonna live because the Shackle did not latch. Luckily for him. Oh, if that Shackle latch, it would have just been right clicks into a power shot. Easy kill for Koikva. But Liquid, really, they have free reign over the map. They have a roaming Rubik who's level 7, who's probably capable of killing the Shadow Fiend. With Shikuchi, I would say maybe. Although, not with Choya here. But with Familiars here, definitely yes. Oh, S4L. Uh-oh. Here comes Doom. And lifts up into the air. Familiars. Trying to raise. Not going to happen. Fluff and Stuff is off. Like a bull with gas. They're going to go for TC. Going to glimpse back just a little bit. There's a Stifling Dagger to slow down. So he's going to blink in, but there's no damage. There is enough damage. PA going to seal the deal onto Luna. Sticking around for a little bit too long. TC, stop feeding, man. Come on. But, yeah, it's kind of looking one-sided. Fluff and Stuff going to find Migun. Not going to engage on him. But the very aggressive Liquid Ward spotting this Weaver out. There's really nothing that the Weaver could do about this, though. If he gets shackled, he's dead. You can see Koikva holding back one shackle there. He's looking for it. He certainly is looking for it. Sentry's going down in the back. Does the Rubik have another? He does. I wouldn't be surprised to see the sentry just get dropped right in the tower range. Shackle gonna fly, not latch. Now Doombringer has a drum. That's the aggressive early game, and Migun gonna get his Shikuchi stolen for a second time, so refreshing the cooldown on that. S4L and Migun can try to hold this tower just by themselves. But yeah, I don't even know if they take this fight, do they win it? Are there damage charges on the familiars? There's quite a bit of damage on the familiars, although not anymore. Yeah, a shackle shot will be devastating, and really there's no damage. It's all in the Shadow Fiend raises, and that's I don't think that's enough. I just don't think that's enough. Meantime, Bulba having a little bit of a do-si-do with Sunny. Is it Sunny or Sunny? I don't know. It could be either way, maybe. Korean name. I don't know. But Bulba's farming up an absolute storm. Hand of Midas as well as that Devour, putting in work. 1,700 gold. And Liquid, they're right back onto this bottom lane. It's just way too fluff and stuff this time. I don't think they're capable of killing the Weaver without another hero to support. But I don't think that really is going to phase them. They have the Familiar's burst damage, which is great against this tower. And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to go for. Migun going to take a Fade Bolt straight to the face. And this tower is going to survive, at least for now. What they have to worry about is Bulba coming in hot with Phase Boots and Scorched Earth even. A little bit of a waste on that one, but sometimes you just gotta move places, and they're gonna go straight in. Here comes Doombringer, gonna look for Doom. He's gonna land on Choya. He gets glimpsed back, however. This could be Disruptor walking away from this, although Liquid is going to give chase. There's a Telekinesis, and Choya's gonna get double stunned as well as the Grave Chill. Migun can try to do what he can. The damage is gonna come out a little bit from S4L's raises. Way too on his way out, gonna get raised straight to the face. Bulba on his way out as well. But the buybacks from Liquid, are they going to teleport back in? Bulba still running, still running. Migun is on the chase. Sunny is here to cut him off, and underrated comeback. Here it comes, Fluff and Stuff with the Familiars. Looking to pick off one as they try to escape. Sunbi going to get, wow, worked over by those Familiars just as he passes by. That was without TC, that was without Koikva. So Liquid dropping a couple kills. However, they are going to get a tier 2 tower in exchange. Koikva can pick that one up. Hand of Midas on the Windrunner. Why not? Oh, Sunny as well as Migun might be in a little bit of trouble. Mostly Sunny, however, because here comes Fluff and Stuff. Going to drop the hammer on Phantom Assassin. Visage finding himself yet another kill. 9 kills, way too. Wow, look at this guy taking all the kills. Leave some for your friends, man. Oh, speaking of kills, we have S4L not getting latched. Koikva, that looks like it should have latched. I don't know. I think it should have latched. That's just my opinion, game. You don't have to listen to me. Way 2 has a mech. They're going to start Roshan with just Visage and the Rubik. And TC's here with the double damage. This Roshan is not long for life, and hell, it could take Liquid like 2 minutes, and I don't even think Underrated could do much to contest this either, because if they fight in this area, they'll be going up against a mech. They'll be going up against now a BKB, double damage TC, with an Eclipse and no creep support from Underrated. That's going to be a double life for Luna, and that should be the bottom lane that they're looking to take down, although it looks like Sunbi is going to be a little bit of a turncoat and help them out in that cause, although Sunny is still in a little bit of danger. He has no items. Are there any items on Underrated? There's an Ogre Club coming up, so BKB is slowly being worked on, but that's about it. I mean, Phase Boots is the most expensive item on their side. Meanwhile, Liquid, they're rolling in Midases and everything, and Refresher Orb, because Double Doom, why not? I would have liked to see an Aghanims. That would have been cool. Haven't seen that yet. But they're knocking on the front door of Underrated. And Underrated, I mean, they definitely want to answer, but can they answer? Because this might happen. Miss Coil stolen by Rubik. That's a really potent heal. And TC just on the front lines, nuking down S4. Look at the glaive damage. TC doesn't have a care in the world, especially with that heal on him. There's a drum being popped, and this tower is going to go down. Denial attempt, not going to happen. Koikva looking for the shackle. Going to get a shackle onto 2. Eclipse is there as well. Sunny is going to get bailed out with a Aphotic Shield. Sunbi does have his ultimate as well, but still it's 2 down. S4L is going to try to get into the fountain. However, that is not enough to save him. Sunbi does not have enough to save himself either. Bulba is the weakest hero on Liquid at half HP, but it's still 600 HP. That's Weaver's entire health pool. And this is looking like it's going to be a very short game. So there goes the bottom axis 16 minutes in, and Liquid could just camp out here until this game is over. because TC could pretty much just move their fountain, though TC is definitely not the type of player that would do that. Migun gonna get lifted up. No Shikuchi will save you there, and S4L is gonna call GG for his team. 25-5. It was a close game, but in the end, Liquid with their aggressive strategy definitely got the edge there. The next game is gonna be Underrated versus Fnatic. Hopefully, Underrated gets a little bit of a better showing in their next game. We'll be seeing it very shortly. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any constructive criticism, destructive criticism, I would prefer the constructive kind, but if you gotta be destructive, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Then leave it in the comment section below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. GG.